Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. How are you feeling? I'm sure you are doing good, doing good. Here is the video for this amazing show. And how are you feeling? I am over the moon. I am sitting down. I'm not standing and dancing, so I don't know how I'm going to do at the end, but I'm sitting here in front of amazing diamond beauty experts, and all of them I love dearly. We're gonna do a deep discussion today. We're gonna talk about womanhood. Womanhood. I love this saying when there's something that you don't know if it's yes or no. Then I will normally say to my husband, I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha. And then I'm very naughty. I will touch a certain place here on top. And I was like, oh, I'm Martha. Okay, now I can make a decision. I know it's a joke, but sometimes being a woman is not that easy. And we have to navigate our life through a lot of things because we have hats on for a lot. And we are the glue of our family. So I am truly privileged to have all these amazing ladies that will come and tell us about womanhood. So my beautiful ladies, thank you for being here. I would love you to introduce yourself and tell us what womanhood means for you. So my beautiful Wendy B, if I can start with you.
Sure, thank you, Sanet. So I'm Wendy B. King from New Zealand, Christchurch, and I am a mother of 5. I am also an author, and I have my own life coach business where I help women over 40 really find out who they really are, because it's a really important question. Womanhood is such a big topic. We could go on about it for days. And what it means to us, because we bring children into the world and we want to make the world a better place. So it's a massive responsibility. So I'm also an author, and I have this is my book, Why Me? I wrote that book because my first child died at 5 months of age, and it has had a profound effect on my life. And it's helping mothers and families navigate their way through this life-changing event. So I will dwell on that later.
Thank you so much. I know, Krista, I said I will come to you, but I see Dana and Natalie is holding on. So let me just quickly go there, then they can relax a little bit. So my beautiful Donna, if you can introduce yourself, and then Natalie, and then we will go back to Krista. I'm so sorry, ladies. I see you've got your phones here ready for the camera.
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah. Hi, everybody. It is, I love being a woman. I'm Donna Sparacco-Metter. I reside in Arizona, US of A. This is our time of year, ladies. We can walk around anytime during the day, and it's just delicious weather. I like to tell people I'm a retired divorcee and a recovering widow, and happily remarried. And out of this experience of losing my late husband, I catapulted forward in becoming a woman's dating coach. And so I help single soul-searching women who are looking for love in all the wrong places. And I just recently started a YouTube channel where I get to do my shorts and offer information for these women over 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, understand their value when it comes to relationships. And I will tell you that my now husband was extremely instrumental in helping me understand my value as a woman, as a partner, as a friend. And one day I was literally telling him I was feeling a little bit, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm so spoiled. I pinch myself every morning. I don't have to get up and run to meetings anymore. I can do what I want, which is creating this dating business. And I sort of confessed to him, I'm like, I feel really, I feel really a little bit guilty. And you know what he said to me? He said, do you have any idea what your value is? Do you have any idea what I would have to pay somebody to clean the house, to do the laundry, to cook me dinner, to do the taxes, to take care of the bills. Like, do you have any idea? And as a single dad for 20 years, he knew exactly what he was talking about. And I was like, damn right. That's right. That's right. Like, I'm like, you know what, baby? You like, I know, right? He just puts the wind beneath my wings and supports my every move. And I'm out there helping my single soul searching women understand their value when it comes to relationships. So I don't know. Did I answer all your questions? Because I'm in love with life and in love with my now husband. And I really want to help women. And this is a big thing. I have since recently discovered, I finally brought it all together, and I understand there are so many women, even the ones that I have helped understand their value when it came to relationships, who didn't know how to receive. They're stuck on and addicted to stress, and they don't know how. So I'm out there sharing like this. Why can't we receive? Why do we have to stay in stress mode? This man, an alpha male, wants to step up, protect, and provide for his family, and that includes you. So I don't know. I can get on a roll about this. I can talk for hours, but okay.
So we got goosebumps. We've got goosebumps. Thank you, my beautiful Donna. Natalie, all over to you, my girl. All in Las Vegas.
Donna, oh my, yeah, I'm just all fueled up after hearing you. I can relate on so many levels to what you said in my new life, as a loved woman. My name is Natalie Chilton. I'm from Athabasca, Alberta, usually Canada. I am an author. I'm a trauma-informed and lived experience counselor and truth coach. And I'm really just getting my wings in the way of actually taking my knowledge that I've gained through all the years of just being that abused woman, having that like transformed from believing I was worthless, basically, to knowing, Donna, my husband said in the first years that we were together, he said, it was very similar to what you shared, but he said, be grateful for you. And that just blew my mind because I had never thought to be grateful for myself. And yeah. And the other thing about that is, back when I owned my mobile massage company, I was just getting started. And a more senior owner, she said to me, the most important thing you can do for your business is to get massages yourself. So that's what I would suggest to ladies out there. The self-care is huge. And the other piece that has always been missing until now really is female friendships and regular, feeding of our yes, our heart to hearts. And that's what being a woman for me is now, because my mama, she didn't model well. She modeled depletion. And now I'm learning to thrive. So with y'all. So ladies out there, feed and nurture, your body, mind, and soul. Mwah, thank you.
Wow.
Beautiful.
My toes just went like this. I love it when you say you all because I cannot pronounce it. Can you just repeat that again? You all. Oh, I love that.
I've always loved the American thing also. Y'all.
Y'all.
Oh, my toes went like this. I cannot say that, but I love it. I love it. When we get to Jennifer, especially in the sudden, they're rolling off there. Oh, I love it. I love it. My beautiful Krista, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. So I'm Krista. I'm from Canada, Ontario, Canada. And I decided to write a book. It became Amazon #1 best-selling book. And the title is Skip the Pain, Experience the Pleasure. And my tagline is cut the crap that's holding you back so you can live the life you love. And I wrote this book because so many people are living in a state of pain. It could be pain like a physical pain, a chronic illness, a rare disease, something that I deal with every day. It could be grief, like when I lost my husband, or grief from loss of identity. It could be financial loss. It could be emotional, mental, really anything. So I help people find meaning despite their pain. And you never know when you go through and do your own work and start healing who you can inspire, because your story matters. And once you understand that and you accept what you've gone through and use that to empower yourself, you will actually empower others.
I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Krista, or as I call you, my Rosebud. You are part of my co-host. You are a co-host on Soul Diamond Author's Journey. And Wendy, you were already on there on the Soul Author's Journey. Wendy B. And then Wendy, you are coming in 2 weeks to come and tell your story. And Dana, you were also there. So I'm truly excited. So Wendy, can you please introduce yourself?
Waiting for the cue. Wendy T or Wendy B? Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. Wendy already went, yeah.
Excellent. So good morning, everyone here in Australia, evening USA and around the world. So my name's Wendy Trevathan. I live in beautiful Brisbane, Australia, which is in Queensland, about in the middle of Australia on the east coast, just to give your geography a bit of a test. I'm a retired registered nurse, but I am now a book strategist and a nurse career coach, and I've published 3 books. My first one's called Midlife Mojo, Your 50 Cut the Crap. So in line with your theme this morning, what it means to be a woman is resilience and strength to actually live through your 40s and 50s and to survive through those years. My second book is called Dear Nurse Me Reflections, which is a reflective journal of 5 other nurses and myself of our nursing careers. And my third book is Dear Nurse Me Transitions, which is a part 2 of a trilogy that I'm doing. There's another one coming. So for me, it's all about being a woman and being strong and staying true to your own values and thriving through change. I think women go through so many changes in their lives. They meet with challenges, they manage their families, they connect with people. I think we're really good, strong connectors. And, Krista said it, it's come through the self-care for yourself has to be number 1 through any changes that you do. So I'm Wendy and I'm in Brisbane, Australia, and it's a privilege to be here.
Thank you, my beautiful Wendy. My beautiful Val. Are you muted, my girl?
I believe that I grew up in a place where I was the mother of the mother and followed that for a very long time. And then I started realizing how much other people were stressing me and changing me or trying to change me. And I gave up some people simply because of the stress I finally realized they were causing in my life. When I had the opportunity to go to Europe with 125 former prisoners of war, I was going for the trip and being in Europe. And instead, I had an experience with so many people's stories that changed my life. Right now, resilience is one of the most important things I think that we can do, because if we know how to engage our resilience and make us more resilient, then any of the adversity that comes in and tries to knock us off of our chair or make us a little bit off balance can be resolved simply by understanding I'm resilient, I can do this, I can do whatever I want. And it's interesting, in my relationship with my husband, we've been married for almost 47 years. And yeah, he's 72, I'm 70. And he said to me, because I've been doing this World War II project for 31 years now, and he said to me, if you can support me in a life I can grow accustomed to, you can do anything you want. So that's my mantra, is I can do anything I want. I just need to take good care of him, which is not really that hard because he takes pretty good care of himself. And so I think sometimes it's about us being that really true person of who we are, and still loving that person that's right next to us or those who are all around us. But I think we really need to take care of ourselves and love ourselves and allow ourselves to grow old in a beautiful way, because there's so much wonderful in being 70 and looking back and going, bah, pff, bah, that's just, leave it all alone. So there you go. That's my nugget.
Oh, I love it. I love it, my beautiful Val. Cindy?
Am I on? Yeah, here we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Cindy Eddington. I'm from Fairport, New York in the USA, and I'm a newly minted author. 2 books, one Soul of a Diamond with a lot of these beautiful ladies here. So I need to shout out to you, Sanet. And then the second one, I'm so glad you left me. And, telling my story has been a big, huge transformation for me. And I am a transformational life coach and a holistic healer. And it's really interesting, by telling your story, that really helps other women rise in their own way. And so, I specialize, my story is about my divorce that happened 30 some odd years ago and what I learned from that. And it took a long time, because back then we didn't have what we have right now in terms of technology. So it's really interesting, just in terms of the messaging, et cetera, that women have received, I think, for millennia anyway. There's a lot of negative messaging out there for women. And I think that, being able to rise from that and above that is really something that I want, in terms of my mission and passion to give to other women, is say, look, I've been there. I understand your struggles. I know what it was like to be a single mom with a young infant. The financial worries were incredible, so much stress. You just kind of put your nose to the grindstone and do what you got to do. But then, as we were saying, you lose sight of your self-care, because you're just kind of worn out. You're doing everything that you need to do for everybody else and losing your own personal power in the process. And for me, there was a lot of self-blame and shame that went along with that too. So again, a lot of messaging, I think, that has come from the ages down, generationally, culturally, societally, industrially, whatever. There's so many negative messages. And for me, it was like busting through that. And so if I can help other women navigate the aftermath of divorce and know that they are worthy and that they are good enough and that they are resilient and strong enough that they can actually rise again, like that phoenix, if you will, from the ashes of divorce, and really find their inner grounding and reignite and embrace their personal power and renew their hearts to love themselves fully. Because that, to me, was the big thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to be perfect to be loved. This is why my whole marriage fell apart. And realizing, no, I need to love myself first and foremost, and then everything else will fall into place. And so that's where I'm at. That's my deepest desire and wish, is to help as many women as I possibly can move through their challenges faster with greater ease, right? So they don't have to do what I did, the long, arduous journey of years and years and years, having them be able to come to a place where they can move through it much faster so they can start living their best lives right now.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. You were talking about the phoenix. I'm going to go to Oklahoma's biggest phoenix in the whole world, Jennifer.
Thank you. And for those of you that don't know, Cindy, I actually have a phoenix tattoo that takes up my whole arm. So you're talking about the rise of the phoenix. I am Jennifer Rogers. I'm from Norman, Oklahoma. And I am a generational trauma breaker, not just from my mother, my grandmother, but my great-grandmother. I am a 4th generational sexual abuse child. I am not a victim. I am not a survivor. I am a trauma breaker. And what I do is I help women and men, because men have these same stories. But today we're talking about, what does womanhood mean to me? And womanhood means to me is open arms, right? I'm opening my arms to myself. I'm loving myself. I'm pouring into myself. We've all talked about that self-care. We all know the old little story about put your oxygen mask on first. So I'm loving myself, but I'm also loving you. And I'm loving you where you are, how you are, and into where you want to go and be. And I do that through energy work. Many of us here today are holistic healers, and I provide that same space through my business, which is called Yukio Wellness. And if Yukio is a new word to you, I encourage you to connect with me, because that is the experience I want you to embody. And it is a piece of relaxation and grace. It allows you to let go and be present and let go of the bothers of life. And as a woman, we need to give that grace to ourselves and to other women. Cindy talked about helping women walk through this journey. If I've walked through that journey, I know exactly what she's going through. Our stories are different, and I'm not comparing my story to yours. But you know what? I've got two shoulders that are strong now that you can lean on, that you can borrow anytime. With the advent of Zoom and Messenger and everything else, there's no reason we can't connect to each other. Energy travels. And so I'm sharing my energy as a woman to all of you.
Amazing. You are amazing. And I know Dorothy was in Kansas. I know Dorothy was in Kansas. But you are my Dorothy, my girl. You are my Dorothy. My beautiful Therese. And you know, Therese, your photographs, everything that you sent us on, your in Arizona. I don't know why. I think the Arizona is Phoenix. Because
I was born in Phoenix. So I've got the rising thing too. So.
But not only that, I think all the incredible people is coming out of Phoenix. And I know I don't pronounce it the right way, but that's my pronunciation. So please introduce yourself, my girl.
Hello, love. So my name is Therese Skelly. I am a Phoenix native, an Arizona native, and there's not a lot. I call myself today the intuitive business mentor. So I started my career as a psychotherapist, and that informs a lot of what I did. I did that for 20 years. Then I moved into life coaching and very quickly business coaching. So I've been in the coaching space for like 20 years. And along the way, I discovered, I know, how do I know that? That's not what they taught me in the therapy school. And so it's intuition, and it's such a gift from God. And so for me, what I do is I work generally with women, and I created a book called Love-Based Mission: How to Create a Business That Serves Your Soul. This is what I'm the most passionate about, because so many women, I'm 65. So Val, you're like freaking, like you look 40. I don't know. I think they got your birth certificate wrong, girl. So I'm 65, and women of our age were conditioned to hide and conditioned to subjugate themselves, and conditioned to, I learned to be needless. In order to be loved, I just had no needs, right? Why do you think I was a freaking therapist? Let me take care of you. And that's how I got my love needs met forever. And so many women that I work with are so darn talented, and they have huge hearts to serve. That's why I'm with all of you. And either they're hiding, they have difficulty selling themselves, difficulty with visibility, difficulty going, here's why you should hire me, except for Donna. Donna's rocking this one, right? Or they're not owning their value as well. And so I really work with value and visibility, and help women just like break free and get a freaking business that their soul is like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do in the world. So the magic is I get to use all my skills. I get to use the energy stuff to show you where the blocks are. Then I get to use the psychotherapy background and the business stuff. And so wasn't it the Dalai Lama that said that, the women are going to save the world? And so for me, I love the Divine Mother. I use the energy of Mary a lot, because it's love, just love, just love, love, love. And I think we women have the capacity to hold way more than men do. Like we can hold the good, the bad, the kids, and there's something about when a woman embraces her feminine energy, because I was trained to do it in a masculine way. I was trained like hustle, grind, sacrifice, don't express your feelings, just suck it up. And so to kind of come to my womanhood, it's been like, oh, it's way better on our adrenals, number one. And I think when you are this, you can attract a really strong partner, a strong man, you know, if you're a straight person. So for me, the balance of just being in a more receptive mode and kind of in tune with God or life or whatever, it's just like, there's a lot of trust and surrender when you're in your womanhood that's available. But when you've been conditioned that, like, you know, if it's meant to be, it's up to me, you miss out a lot. And so for me, it's literally been deconstructing all the conditioning of what we're swimming in, you know?
I love it. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Therese. So my beautiful Natalie, your Mrs. Potts is almost about to start. So do you have 2 tips that you can give to bestow on any beautiful woman out there?
2 tips. Well, one would be pedicures. Because I just really got in the loop of that in the last couple of years, and boy, have I been missing out. So, you know, if you're on a budget, just budget for it and do it when you can, because it's so nurturing. And what's the other as a woman? I'm thinking about moms, single moms, young moms. And as a young mom, like, tap into some little local community group where you can be with other mothers. I was quite clueless, so I think there's a lot of clueless young moms out there like I was. So that will really help you.
I love it. Please tell us your golden nugget.
My golden nugget is, how would we learn forgiveness if there was nothing to forgive?
Are you ready for paparazzi?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So my beautiful Natalie, I know that your Mrs. Potts is going to start. I hope that there is ladies that's going to join. Can you quickly tell us about your Mrs. Potts?
My Mrs. Potts we're Tuesday. I guess it's Wednesday is my Mrs. Potts. Tomorrow.
Then it's not yours. I'm so sorry. I just saw something
okay.
pop up and says Mrs. Potts. Then I think it's Marie's Mrs. Potts, if I think it's correct. Yes, Marie's Potts. So don't worry. Thank you. So you have given us your tips and your golden nugget. So my beautiful Wendy B, can you give us your golden 2 tips and your golden nugget, please?
So my 2 tips would be, stop comparing yourself with others, because comparison it destroys our joy. And this is one of the biggest things that I have learned through my womanhood is we are conditioned to be a certain way. You know, we're conditioned to follow this person and have this person's attributes, but we're not actually taught how to be. Like, what's our flavor? What is it that who are we? What do we give to the world? What's our special flavor? Sometimes we get so busy that we don't even know what that is. And I think for me as well, I didn't even know I had values or boundaries until like 3 years ago. So it is so important to discover that, because until you discover that and know that you have value and you have got boundaries and you don't have to be the perfectionist or the people pleaser, you can't actually enjoy life or love yourself. So that would be my biggest thing, is there's no one like you. You are unique. Okay. My golden nugget is Carl Jung. He said, I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. So don't let any life's adversities define who you are.
Wow, beautiful. Are you ready for paparazzi? still making a lot of noise out there. I don't know, but I love the pen. Krista?
I love the pen too. So I think two things would be, first of all, I know how it is to be a daughter. I know how it is to be a sister. I know how it is to be a wife. I know how it is to be a widow. Sometimes I forget how it is to be Krista, how it is to be the person that doesn't have to take on all those roles that I mentioned, you know, the mother, the everything. So I think the first tip is figure out who you are, what you like, separately from having to be, you know, a certain way, dress a certain style, look a certain way. Be you, be your authentic you. Find out who you are. And once you find those little golden nuggets of who you are, step into it more and more and more and become more and more authentically you. And the second one would be surround yourself with like-minded people and don't be scared to go outside your comfort zone. So that's one of the biggest things that led me to this beautiful group, because for me to be on camera, speak to people all over the world was definitely outside my comfort zone. And now I'm an international speaker and author and a coach and everything else. And I did that because I opened up my comfort zone and I met some incredible life-changing friends and soul sisters.
Thank you. Before you give your golden nugget, I remember when I looked at you and I said to you, my beautiful Krista, stick with me. We are going to go places. You looked at me. Okay.
You're so right.
Can you give us your golden nugget, please, my beautiful one?
Yes, it might sound odd at first. It's okay to give up hope, to find hope. And when I say that, I mean, it's okay. Hope can have it's an acronym for heck over pleasing everyone. To hold on, pain ends.
Are you ready for paparazzi? Thank you. Val, you can just unmute yourself. I had to mute you because there was a sound coming from your side. And can you give us your 2 tips and your golden nugget? Thank you.
Well, I don't think mine is that different than a lot of ours, because I want to say be yourself. Find your true self, be yourself. I mean, I love to make people laugh, and I never used to do that. And now I love going to the grocery store and just, I don't know, hassling people, not even hassling them, but just being able to bring that joy out of them, because it brings me joy when I make people laugh. And so that's part of myself that I neglected for a very long time. So I think really being yourself and allowing you to be, just to sit, just to, you know, whatever it is, just to do those things. And it's joyful for me. And I really do think that learning about our own resilience and how strong we are, how we've been through a bone marrow transplant, how we've been through, you know, this with our children or that with our children or with family members or whatever. And you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but not everybody can do that because they allow their adversity to make them angry and forget that there's joy within that if they only look at it and massage it a little bit and allow it to then allow your resilience to come out and understand if something else happens, you can overcome because you've got that resilience.
Beautiful. I love it. Val, you've got always the way to say something so important with so much ease and so in a brilliant way to pronounce it. Are you ready for paparazzi? Thank you. Cindy?
Here we go. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, because I think so many of us feel that we can't even say our story. And so allow yourself to be vulnerable. There is strength in that. I used to think vulnerability was a sign of weakness. This is something that I've learned through my journey, is that being vulnerable and asking for help is strength. And so I just want to encourage anybody out there that's feeling like they're all alone in something. You're not alone. You have community. Just reach out and ask for the support. It's there for you whenever you need it. I'm here for you if you need it. I know all these other women are here for you. Whatever you need, we're here for you. And the second is, you're worthy and you're good enough. And start telling yourself that every day. Reframe whatever negative things you're saying about yourself, because it's really easy, that negative inner critic of ours, to go blah, 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 blah. I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have been this. Start to reframe it. In fact, take should right out of your vocabulary. Stop shoulding on yourself. And reframe it. Tell yourself how beautiful and wonderful and worthy and good enough you are right now in this moment and every moment, because really you are a beautiful being of love and light at your heart. We all are. That's our essence. So tap into that. So those would be my tips. And then my golden nugget is, hey, when one door closes, because we're all going to have these different chapters and doors that close on us, just have faith and trust that there is another one waiting for you to open up and walk through into a brighter and beautiful future.
I love it. My beautiful Cindy, are you ready for paparazzi?
I'll do the clippy thing.
Oh, yes, wait. Oh, wow. My beautiful Jennifer.
Make our fingers work here. How about that? So we've heard about self-talk, and we all know I love doing affirmations and can speak out some I am things. And we talk about self-care, and I've even shared about a women's group. So we're all strong, aren't we? And it's fun. But how many of us recognize our own strength? So what I'm going to ask you ladies to do is something with me right now. Show me your muscles. Ready? Go. Look at that. Look at that power you have. But what happens if we flex too long for too hard of a time? Wears us down, breaks us down, right? So how can we balance that? We're strong. That's your first tip. Be strong. Own your strength. But the second tip is relax a little bit. Have some fun. What makes you laugh? And go with that. And I have something that no matter how many times I've heard this joke, I will laugh. So may I share this joke with you? What do you call a fish with no eyes?
A bobbly bob. I don't know.
Not close. A fish.
Ah, fish.
It's the cheesiest thing ever. But look on the screen. What just happened? We went here, didn't we?
Mm.
And so there's strength in laughter. There's strength in comedy. There's strength in relaxing and just being. So those are my 2 tips for you.
I love it. Thank you. What's your golden nugget, my beautiful Jennifer?
Oh, my golden nugget is I am pure magic.
Are you ready for paparazzi?
Oh, yes.
And Cindy, you must show your husband this video, this recording. Oh, thank you, my beautiful Jennifer. Donna.
Sunny, you're having way too much fun with that thing. Oh my goodness. I wrote it down. First of all, we all know this, and I'm coming from the angle of a dating bio, okay? Honesty is the best policy. I mean, we learned that in kindergarten. And I literally had a woman say, "Oh, you mean I should be honest in my bio?" Yes, you should be honest. You should always be honest. There are nice ways to say things. You know, I love everybody, even the ones I don't like, because I just love the human spirit. Everybody's on their journey. And when we have no expectation of anybody, nobody can hurt us. This is a golden rule I've been following probably, oh my goodness, for 40 years now. Have no expectation of anybody and nobody can ever hurt you. It's paramount in our life. And my greatest lesson came from when my late husband passed away. One of the things I learned, and I have been carrying and holding on to and loving for the last almost 7 or 8 years, is allow people to love you the way they know how. This is so good. If you can learn to allow people to love you the way they know how, without expectation, now you're living your life with ease, you're moving forward. And let me tell you something, if it doesn't feel right, it's not. It's really that simple. And people say to me, well, how do you decide to do this or that? Well, if it doesn't feel right, I don't do it. And that was another wonderful lesson I learned when my late husband passed. And somebody said to me, this following year, you only have one thing to do. I said, what's that? She said, don't do anything unless it feels good to you. Don't go to a meeting, don't accept an RSVP, don't. And I thought that was brilliant. And I did that, living my life 5 minutes at a time. But now I live my life that whole way. I live like that all the time. And if my husband says he wants to do something, I sit for a minute. If it feels good, we do it. If it doesn't feel good, we don't do it. It's really pretty simple. So I just love, Sanet, I love sharing this with the ladies of the group, with the audience, the people that join in, because this is really simple stuff, but it's so simple we won't do it. Tune in first. If it feels good, do it. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
Beautiful.
So,
I love it. What's your golden nugget? That's your golden nugget. Yeah.
I gave you like 4 golden nuggets.
I will give you 4 photos.
So
One more. Wow. Thank you, my girl. Therese.
Okay, mine are super simple. Number 1, no is a complete sentence. We don't have to go, I'm sorry, I can't because, and please don't be upset at like so many women. I was the queen of codependence. Again, therapist, why do you think that happened? And so for a woman to say, no, this isn't going to work for me, that's freedom. That's freedom. That is sovereignty. And we think we have to make everybody more important and we have justify and so just practice your no's. Just no. Without the like, well, and the reason is because like zip. No.
Can I ask you something? So we can say no, a full sentence. No is a full sentence. So no.
It's a complete sentence or a full sentence, but either way, it's just no. That's all we need. And I just, if I could, hold on. I do have a little tiny little wand. One of my clients got me this gorgeous wand. So I'm going to wave this wand over you and give you all permission to know your no, own your no, and express your no. It doesn't make you a BIT, right? But we've been conditioned that if we're like, no, that's not going to work, people are like, wow, no, at this age, no. And this the Dot and my sister are like, yeah, girl. And the second one is prioritize pleasure. We make work important. We make taking care of people. And I went through so much hell with one of my sons who was very, very, very sick. I came out of that like, oh, I'm all about the joy. Like that almost killed me. So I literally, it's like, it's the weekend, I'm chasing joy and I'm having boundaries around my time. And I literally focus on what would bring me joy. Where is the pleasure? Where is the joy? And it could be so simple as walking my dog at the park or like noticing the trees, like prioritize what brings you pleasure and joy, because that restores, like saying no, the boundaries restore, and then filling